Hello students, today I am discussing about a new topic and our new chapter uh, uh, data frame and series. Hope you understand the concept of NumPy very well. The NumPy chapter is our foundation to understand the data frame and series concept. As you already know, when we use numpy concept, we already use import numpys as numpy. In numpy we already know all value must be a same data type. Means if I use or that means I only store all numerical values. Only all numerical values it may have decimal or without decimal point. We cannot store string data type in our numpy array, or we can't mix both string and numerical value in a one variable. So this is a major drawback in our numpy concept, because numpy store only numericals value. But here I am showing that problem will be solved using our data frame and series concept, so that every time you can use the data frame and series, and in this concept we can store our numerical data as well as string type data and any other thing we can store directly in a one variable, and we can use for our purpose. So here I am showing you one example how to store different data types in a one variable, and how to operate different kind of operation easily. So you can see here I am taking one example of, here you can say you can see a table, a simple table which have rows and column. So you can see the column name is month. In month column you can see Jan, Feb and March. In next column you can see the name of column is sales 1 and the value is 576. The next column is sales, the value is 3588, and our first row index 0. The same thing we can see in our numpy. So the 0 index you can see Jan, Jan 5 and 3. In first index you can see Feb 7 and 5. In second row you can see March 6 and 8. But here one thing you can notice, here we have all data mixed data type. Month have string values, sales 1 have numerical values, and sale 2 have numerical values. This kind of data we cannot store in our numpy array. This is a major drawback, but we can use our data frame concept. We can store this kind of table in our data frame. This table looks like our 2D array according to numpy, but this 2D array have different kind of data type. So you can see here I am using import pandas as PD. This is an important thing. Last time we can use import numpy as NP, but here I am using the concept of data frame to store different kind of data in a one variable. So here I am using import pandas as PD. Here you can see, here I am taking a variable x is equal to pd.data_frame. Last time we have used np.array, but here our concept change. So I am using pd.data_frame. Here data frame, so D and F always capital. And here I am using small bracket opening, and next I am using curly brace. This is important. Last time numpy we use only square bracket opening and closing, but here we can use curly bracket. So one thing you can see change. And we already discuss our dictionary concept in 11th class. In dictionary concept we already know the key value pair concept. So this dictionary concept I am using here to create this table. But in numpy we can use list data type to store our numerical value. But we already know dictionary support different kind of data types. So different kind of data type we can store in our data frame using a dictionary concept. So you know the dictionary concept very well, curly brace. Here in dictionary concept we can use key and value pairs, so that we can use in this example dictionary concept, key value pair concept. Here you can see I am using curly brace, then in next line single quotes in month, because this is our first column. So and in dictionary this is our key, month is our key. Then we can use colon. In dictionary we already know before colon always key value and after column always regarding values. So here you can see in square bracket Jan, comma Feb, comma March, because this value belongs to string data type. So I am using single quotes. Jan have single quotes, Feb have single quotes, March have single quotes. Then I am using comma because this is our first column complete. Then I am using the second column, cells 1. Cells 1 looks like a string data type, so I am using single quotes for cells 1. And cells 1 is also our second column, or in dictionary we can say this is our index. Then I am using colon. Then I am using square bracket 5, 7, 6. So this is our values, and the 5, 7, 6 values have key name cells 1. Then I am using comma. Then I am using cells 2. Cells 2, this is our third row, and we can also say this is our third key. And cells 2, because it looks like a string data type, so we can use single quotes for that, and colon, and the regarding value is square bracket 3, 5, 8, because we have more than one value. So I am using here list concept. So square bracket represent a list. So 3, 5, 8, then square bracket, then curly bracket close, because our dictionary all the value of dictionary stored, so we can close the curly bracket, and finally we can close our small bracket to complete this data frame. So you can see simply we have this table with have different kind of data type with column names and proper row index number, and this table I want to store. So we have two options. We can directly use dictionary concept, but dictionary concept we have limited options, we have limited facilities, we can't perform statisticals, functions and calculations. So that this I want to store all the data in dictionary, and then this dictionary convert into data frame. So you can see this is our dictionary, and I am convert this dictionary into data frame. So all value stored in variable x. So the nature of x is it is a data frame variable which can hold so many different kind of values. If you have another table, any kind of table, you can directly use data frame and store this table in this format. Okay, we already stored this table in this variable x. Now suppose I want to display this table directly, so simply we can write print, or in a small bracket we directly use x. So all the values of the x variable will display in our screen. But here I am discuss about the importance of pandas data frame, because in dictionary we cannot perform different kind of arithmetic operation, statistical function, but when we convert this dictionary into data frame, so we have so many facilities, and we can perform so many statistical function on this our table. So you can see I am using describe. So describe is a function which always use with a data frame variable. So you can see I am using describe, show all the types of statistics of data frame data. So this is a very useful thing. You can see here I am simple writing x is our data frame variable, and here I am using dot describe and a small empty bracket. This is our function. What is the output of this? You can see X dot describe have so many parameters. So we can count, we can see mean, we can see standard deviation, we can see minimum, we can see 25%, we can see 50%, we can see 75%, and we can see maximum values. Cells 1, cells 2, you can see we have in cells 1 column total we have 3 values. In cells 2 total we have also 3 values. The output is cells 1 count 3 and cells 2 count 3. Mean means we can see average. We can see the average. The column cells 1 average means 5 plus 7 plus 6 upon 3. It will give average. And in cells 2 common 3 plus 5 plus 8 upon 3. It will give average. So you can see the average of cells 1 mean is 6.0 or cells 2 is 5.333. Or here is a new thing, standard deviation. Standard deviation. So the output of this standard deviation cells 1 column is 1.0 and cells 2 column is 2.5. So you can see the power of our data frame. Only single function describe give the so many information regarding our data frame table. And we can also see the minimum value of cells 1 and minimum value of cells 2. The minimum value of cells 1 is, you can see 5, and minimum value is 3. We can see that 25% values of our cells 1 column is 5.5 and 25% of value is cells 2 is 4.0 and 50% value is 6.0 and 5.0 and 75% value is 6.5 and 6.5, and the highest value of cells 1 column is 7.0 and the highest value of cells 8.000. So this is very powerful thing. We can use only a describe function, and the describe function is so many meaningful information regarding our data frame. Here we have so many another methods or objects we can use. So here I am using T. T means transforms data frame. Transforms means simply row convert into columns and column convert into row. Simply we can use, here I am using X dot T. Here T always capital. So you can see our entire data frame, all rows converted to columns and all columns converted into rows. Here I am using DT types. DT types. Last time in NumPy I am using DT type. Here I am using DT types. Last time NumPy used only DT type. Here I am using DT types. In data frame always use S. So X dot data types. So simply you can see, because month in month variable we have Jan, Feb or March. So different kind of value data means string data type. So string data type, here Python use object. Cells 1 and cells 2 clear, we can see the numerical values. So here Python use integer 64 for storing, and cells 2 integer 64. So it will give the information which type of content stored in a particular column. So X dot data types, keep in mind. X dot T means transport, keep in mind the result of this. And X dot describe. Describe, you always show the result count, minimum, standard deviation, minimum 25%, 50%, 75% and maximum value. Okay students, now I am using a new thing, X dot ndim. We already used this thing in NumPy, X ndim method. You can see last time np dot in NumPy, the ndim always show the how many dimension we have, because we have already a simple table, or in simple table we always know the 2 dimension. First dimension we can say a row, and the second dimension we can say column. So simply when we have a table, we always have 2 dimension. When we have single row, we always have a one dimension. When we have a single column, we can see we only a one dimension, but we have a more than one row or more than one column, so it become a table, or table always have two dimension in numpy or in data frame. So we have already a table, so we have two dimension. So x dot ndim, so we already know already a single table have two dimension. First dimension represent rows, second dimension represent columns, and total number of axes we can also call rank, or we can also get the total dimension. There are so many names of one thing. Here I am using x dot values. Here I am use x dot values. So the simple thing is the x dot value display all the values. We can directly use x. So entire data frame will display. We can also use x dot values. So same output we will get Jan, Feb, March. This is our first column. 5, 7, 6, second column, 3, 5, 8, this is our third column. X dot size. Last time in numpy I am using I was used item size, and here I am use only size. So keep in mind x dot size. Size means the total number of element. To count all the values, so we have total in 3 rows and 3 columns, so the total value is 9. So x dot size give the output 9. Here I am also using shape. This shape will already use in our numpy. The same thing we can use here in data frame. X dot shape, it will desert how many rows and how many columns. 3, 3 means first 3 represent row total number of rows, and second 3 represent total number of columns. Here I am using axis. So it is used to show structure details, means we already know always index start from 0 and stop the total number row or columns values. So you can see range index 0, stop 3. Stop 3 means always one less. So here you can see in our data frame 0, 1, 2 row, and step 1 we already know. So this x dot axis tell the how many rows we have, and starting index of stopping index and stepping value, or in a comma index means we have the total number of column names, month, cells, and cells 2, and data type is object. Count. This is a very interesting thing. We can directly x dot count. So x dot count means month column have 3 values, cells 1 column have 3 values, cells 2 column have 3 values. Okay students, here I am discussing very simple thing, x dot sum. So you can see in our month column we can sum all the values of column wise. You keep in mind column wise. By default it will sum mean max according to column wise. So month we have only 3 values, Jan, February, March, because this is not a numerical value, so it can concatenate. So we can see Jan, February, March. In cells 1, the sum of cells 1 is 18. 18 means 5 plus 7 plus 6, and cells 2 you can see 3 plus 5 plus 8, so 16. Here we can sum, we can also find the maximum value of all particular rows directly. We can use the data frame variable x dot max. So you can see, so month the maximum March, because Jan, Feb and March. So M in our alphabet, M is our come always in last. Z, then F, then M. So M is our highest alphabet. So March, and cells 1 the highest value is 7, the cells 2 in cells 2 column highest value is 8. With the opposite operation we can perform minimum. So x dot minimum, so minimum Feb, because Jan Z or March M, but F always come before. So this is lowest, and cells 1 the lowest value is 5, the cells 2 is 3. Here I am using variance. So variance to show the variance value of all columns. This is a statistical terms. It have a formula to calculate a particular set of values variance. So it's a statistical formula. We will discuss next time how it will generate these values. But here operate only numerical columns. So cells 1 the variance is 1.0, cells 2 the variance is 6.333, and we can also calculate standard deviation to show the standard deviation of a numerical columns in our data frame. So the square root of variance, because the standard deviation means you can see the cells 1 1.0 and cells 2 6.33. only we can square root of this value. Cells 1 the square root of 1 will give the standard deviation. In cells 2 6, so the square root of 6 will give the standard deviation of cells 2. So you can see x dot std and small bracket, the square root of 1, the square root of 6.3 is 2.5. So this is our data frame concept. So you can see the limitation in NumPy we cannot perform in NumPy we cannot store different kind of data in a one variable, because in NumPy store only homogeneous data type, because all element must be same data type or must be a numericals value. So this limitation will overcome using our data frame concept. Okay students, thank you so much.